And Orsted 16, Uranus is 16, Hash is 18, and Strabo is 16. Did I not do that? I think I forgot to do that. I did forget to do that. Hang on. Did not do this originally. I should have. Okay, so with level 16, and of course, we managed to get a whole bunch of Axion swords as drops. We had a whole bunch of ice helms as drops. They're completely useless, but we got them. And we also have the one thing that actually is truly, truly useful, and then the Neorgusa 99. It's a self mid-heal that will get you enough. But now that we are level 16, we can continue. And of course, with new ability, or with new levels comes new abilities. One of his notable ones is Jump Shot here. So you can do this. And just kind of wreck face. Uranus does not really get much. He gets Sanctuary, which is kind of interesting. Hash gets absolutely nothing. Because Hash has learned everything he possibly could. And that wrecks face, but it has an insanely long charge time. So you don't want to end up trying to rely on that. I will show off more techniques as we get closer and closer through this area. And we have a door with a face on it. This is always a welcoming thing for all of you interior and exterior designers. Doors with faces on them are always welcome. And Hash is going to pull a frog here. Hopefully not quite as dramatic. He's not going to chop a mountain in half, but he is going to open a door with sword. And you can stand there for a while. You think he's going to walk back to the party for the cutscene. No, he just kind of stands there and waits for you to move. So now, I may get lost in here a bit. I hope not. But we need to follow a semi-specific route. And not open any of the chests in here. For the same reason we haven't been opening them the whole time. Now we have lesser dragons in with everything else. There's something called Hexaflange, which I should move and get that to hit more people, shouldn't I? Which is a very fast attack. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's very fast and has a chance of paralyzing people. I'm not too worried, because Strabo has gained a counter called the Black Abyss, which pretty much wrecks face. But he also has many, many new abilities. Let's go through them one at a time just so you can see. Purple Mist only hits right in the area around him, But it's a poison attack that does a decent amount of damage. Yeah, this party is pretty freaking strong. See, he also knows Death Trail now. He learned that at level 17. Spindle is also a counter. If he gets hit, he will use that sometimes. The funny thing about Orsted is he turns just about anything into a counter. And now we have Judgment, which again, long charge time, it's going to hit everything. Blue Squall here. Has to be cast fairly far away from him. We'll show that off later. Red Coat does a thing. Namely, Ring of Fire. Johnny Cash would be proud. That door is useless. We want the one over here. If I remember the correct path this is. And now we have Burn Bulbs. So he has Razor Sonic. God's Blessing. Once again, showed this off, but you know. Yeah, Orsted and company are kind of badass. Orsted really is kind of a badass in and of himself. Purple Stray. It would do that. Brown Swirl. Little brown tornado comes up and hits things. Yeah, he gained a thing called Moon Down, which can sleep enemies. It's actually pretty freaking useful, because it actually has a fairly high hit rate and puts them to sleep pretty easily. And Hash got to counter Spindle there, which was nice. So we have Silver Fang from Strabo, which puts up a bunch of water jetting up. Let's see. I've shown everything off here. Still have Uranus scream at them. I also want everybody to keep something in mind that gaining more experience at this point, it's kind of you gain it very slowly. And I mean incredibly slowly, no matter who you fight. So you can attempt to get more levels. But 16 is realistically about as high as you're ever going to get. At least before this point. I think pretty much everybody is exactly at the... We gain 1 experience point per battle, no matter how much we fight. Amber Storm. Does this over a lightning attack over a large area and lays down a lightning field. Okay, lays down a bunch of lightning fields. But yeah, this whole party has basically turned into the party you do not want to face, even on an individual basis. They're all pretty freaking strong. And you may be wondering why I felt the need to get to level 16. The boss we're about to meet. That's really it. Okay, that was not the right path. I don't think this is either. Nope. Once again, we're not picking up a freaking thing. Yeah, I have to go right here. Going left all the other times, I have to go right there. Almost there. Huh. This is odd. That's a T-Rex. That's a frog. Massive frog man looking thing. That looks like a giant bird statue. That looks like a martial arts master. That looks like a wrestler. That looks like a dude packing a big Gatling gun. And that looks like a giant skull. We can't interact with these, but they are here. That's interesting. It means nothing. It can't mean anything at all. There's one more pedestal back there. And a demon in front of us. I hope Lady Mage enjoyed that. So if it isn't the hero Hash and his friend Uranus. And the demon says you will pay. So now we have the Demon Lord. And, this is, not an easy fight. For several reasons. Or actually, it can be really easy, but more than likely is not going to be. We can hit it with that, and then it can counter us. And turn us to stone. Which, luckily for us, basically, you know, if you can get within range, you know, you're fine with stone here. And luckily, Hash is going to be the one that actually gets off the good death trail. It, for some reason, actually hit for way more than I've ever seen it hit for. And it actually killed the demon. That was anticlimactic even for me. Huh. I really did not expect Hash to do that. I expected Hash to do like 200 or 300 points of damage. He countered himself, and then we have to scramble to undo the stone effect so we can keep doing damage. Thanks, Hash. You kind of ruined my moment, man. And Hash is now completely unconvinced that that was the demon, because it was way too weak. However, Hash is not feeling well. And he basically collapses to his knees after the fight. And starts bleeding out of his mouth. Vomiting blood there, basically. And Strabo, ignoring all this, wait, that wasn't the demon? And Hash is like, the true demon's a lot stronger than that thing. And Strabo's like, okay, where's the princess? Meanwhile, everyone else is kind of concerned about the guy who's coughing up blood, because he has the Black Plague, of all things. And he knew he was going to die exerting himself this much. Because, you know, plague. But he is still a hero. So he has to do this. He's like, man, I wanted to go out killing the demon again. So, he hands Orsted his sword. You remember the really nice sword he dug out of the ground. And reminds us that the princess placed her faith in us. And so long as at least one person believes in you, you must not lose hope. He says shortly after, coughing up a huge gout of blood and then collapsing. And Straybo's like, yeah, he's dead, but where's the princess? Which is a valid concern, I'll give him that. And, oh. That sounds like a load-bearing boss. So, for no reason whatsoever, let's just take off all this stuff. And it sounds like the place is collapsing around us. So we can try to calmly walk out of there, but even if we ran, basically the door's locked behind us, and Straybo is stuck in there without us. No, really, no reason at all. I just ganked all his equipment. Not a thing. Not a reason. So, so the door is blocked by the cave-in that happened behind us. So, not only did we lose Hash, but we also lost Straybo. And we did not get the princess back. It's like, huh, these kind of look familiar. Just a little familiar here. But in any event, I don't believe we're going to run into any more encounters while we make our way out of this area. Yeah, your princess is in another castle. Or just hidden really, really well. In the event, we couldn't find her. So, let's go report this disaster to, the king. Which way was out of here? I think this way. Sadly, it seems like Lady Mage is missing all this. Enemies should return out here. Oh, you're here? Okay. Just kind of quiet. Stewing, huh? Yeah. Okay. And the place is now going to go, is Hash really dead? Your new microwave arrived broken. Aw, man. Well, hopefully you did have a return policy with the place you bought it from. Well, I guess that's another couple of days you don't get microwave food and you have to order out. And we could try and look around the courtyard here, but there's really nothing to see. Other cookables. Okay, fair enough. Pretty much everyone's like, is Hash really dead? So we gotta report this disaster to the king. Where not only did we lose Hash, we lost Strabo, and found no princess. So he's like, okay, yeah, let's get some sleep here. Let's think about what to do, and we'll figure out what to do tomorrow. Yeah, fission mailed in the worst way possible. And, this is a dream. Dream Orsted is having. Where the demon is gloating over Alicia. Hey, wait a minute. Strabo? Strabo? You alive? Dude? Buddy? Where'd you go? Oh, hell. Hell! This ain't good. Why is there no music? So the Demon Lord has shown up in the castle. So we do to Demon Lords what we should. That was way too easy. Something ain't right here. Oh. Oh. This is bad. This is just a tiny bit bad. Just a little bit. So, we just kind of killed the king. It just kind of killed the king because it looked like the Demon Lord. After we woke up and saw what looked like Strabo in the room, just you know. Do you think anyone's gonna believe us that we were hallucinating? Especially after we just got back from the disastrous mission, where not only did the kingdom's great hero Hash, but also Strabo died in the process. At least we think we died. I mean, think he died. We were hallucinating. So yeah, they pretty much think he must have killed Hash and Strabo too. So now they're calling us a demon. The thing is, they don't have guards strong enough to stop you. And Uranus kind of comes to rescue us from this, but that only got... It's like, wait a minute, he came back with Orsted too! So they blame him for being a demon's ally. And you approach a soldier and it just kind of backs up. And he gives us the fly you fools move here. And the soldiers actually won't do anything to you if you stick around. They're all terrified of you. Probably ruined a few spots of that rug with urine at this point. They're all convinced you're the demon, that you slew Hash, Strabo, and the king. You did kind of kill the king, though. I mean... So they're more content just to let you leave. And they go off to tell the townsfolk. And those guards just kind of barricade themselves in the doors. So they won't let us in the door. Notice we've never been able to get in there, into these houses at any points in time. Because anytime we were nearby, we were either walled off with people, or now, they just lock the doors. And they basically tell you to get lost.